Hi again. Today I thought I would try to do a little unboxing and first impressions video of Bella by Nina Ricci. I was searching for videos of this when I was shopping and couldn't really find very many in English. I wonder if this Bella de Nina line in the apple bottles isn't as popular in the United States as maybe it is in Europe. I know a lot of people are talking about the Rose Extase line from Nina Ricci, but apparently not this one, not Bella. Hopefully this will be helpful for people who are wanting to hear a little bit more about Bella from Nina Ricci. So this is the box. It came in the mail yesterday. I got it from Fragrance X for a price in the $30-ish range for this 50. Oh no, this is an 80 ml bottle. Okay, I thought it was 50, but 80 ml bottle. Rhubarb is a note that I have been finding myself really liking in perfume. It's in two of my favorites. Dolce & Gabbana L'Imperatrice features rhubarb as a keynote along with kiwi and watermelon. And then my most recent purchase is from Hermes. It's the Eau de Rhubarbe Ecarlate Eau de Cologne, which is a very crisp and refreshing tart, natural smelling rhubarb. I also mentioned in my mini collection video that I have always thought the apple bottles from Nina Ricci are very cute and I wouldn't mind having in one in my collection. But most of the ones that I've sampled so far have been a little bit too sweet in a way that I don't really care for. Reviews of Bella on Fragrantica were saying things like fresh, crisp, tart, natural, juicy, refreshing, all of those things that sound appealing to me, but I did take that with a grain of salt because I had a feeling that a lot of these reviewers might be judging on a Nina scale, and it might be juicy, fresh, and crisp compared to others from this Bella de Nina Ricci line. So I have already opened this and have been wearing it yesterday, but let's pretend that I haven't because it is fun to open up boxes. So again, here is that box with the green apple on front with gold leaves. Then there is a little dark ladybug with its wings open, and in gold here it says Les Belle de Nina, which is the line of perfumes that come in the apple bottles. There is the original Nina that comes in the red apple, and then there is one called Luna that I think is a bluish apple that has like a stem coming out of the top, and then Bella is this green one. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Here. And here you have it, this lovely little green transparent glass. I thought at first that the juice was green, but actually the glass itself has a green color. You've got these nice gold leaves, and there's that dark blue ladybug, very dark green, dark blue. I don't know if these are plastic or metal. Probably plastic, but they don't feel too cheap and plasticky. So very cute little apple bottle. Feels nice in the hand. It's got pretty good sprayer. Also looks good. Overall, the quality feels nice. It doesn't feel cheap. It is a very nice, cute little bottle. The notes on this are, for the opening, we have rhubarb, green mandarin, and lemon. That's a thumbs up for me on all of those. In the mid, there's supposed to be freesia and rose, which, sure, based on what I know of this house and these apple bottle perfumes, not really expecting this to be too floral. And then in the base, we have vanilla and white musk. So the vanilla is where I was sort of hesitating. Wasn't really looking for something creamy and sweet with my rhubarb, but definitely willing to be proved wrong. I wore this for most of the day yesterday, but let's go ahead and spray some on right now. So right at the very opening, I get a little bit of fresh greenness. It's kind of sharp, a little bit citrusy, a little bit tickly and effervescent. And for me, this is about as fresh and natural as Bella ever gets, and this part doesn't last very long, maybe a minute or two. it quickly starts to become juicy, fruity, sweet. So a little bit of shampoo vibe, sometimes not in a bad way. It is tart, but it's also sugary. So kind of like lemonade has acidity, obviously from the lemons, but it also has, and depending on the lemonade that you're drinking, it has an equal or even greater amount of sweetness from the sugar. After about 5 or 10 minutes, I feel like we're firmly in the zone of sort of like a rhubarb candy, rhubarb Jolly Rancher, maybe rhubarb soda. It has a little bit of the sharpness, like how sometimes carbonation can feel sharp or tickle your nose a little bit. And there's a little bit, so it's a little bit biting, a little bit sour, but the sugar is just always right up there with you. I don't get any creaminess from the vanilla, which for me is a positive. It could be that's what's sort of fighting with the acidity. So maybe more like a rhubarb cream soda as opposed to just a rhubarb soda. The projection is not super strong. I think this lasts for a couple of hours, maybe 3, maybe 4, before you start to have to put your nose up really close to your skin to smell it. I think I actually maybe get more kiwi vibes than rhubarb. So kiwi also has that acidity, but if it's ripe, it's also very sweet and juicy. I think kiwi also has a little bit of graininess from the seeds, and if you eat the skin of the fruit, there is a little bit of that rough tickliness to it. Bella, I think, definitely has some kind of texture to it. It's not smooth or creamy. It's a little bit biting, kind of the way kiwi or pineapple can sometimes feel biting, that acidity in your mouth, especially if you're eating a lot of it. So it's even kind of slightly scratchy. And I'm saying that, I don't mean that smooth equals good and scratchy equals bad. They're just different textures. And this one just happens to have kind of a sharper, scratchier, grainier, maybe slightly carbonated texture to it. It does smell more synthetic, but again, I think that's not inherently a bad thing. There are plenty of natural notes that I don't care for, like a very natural iris, for example, I don't like, but then there are synthetic notes that smell good to me, like maybe some kinds of bubblegum or cherry chapstick, maybe. So it does have a little bit of sort of artificial rhubarb, artificial kiwi to it, but not in a terrible way. Comparing it to the other rhubarb-y scents that I have right now, the L'Impératrice and then the Hermes, Bella is definitely closer to the L'Impératrice in vibe. They don't smell too much alike, but they have that kind of same volume to them. And especially now that this one is giving me a kiwi vibe, this also has it's got cat hair on it. This also has a kiwi rhubarb watermelon note, so there's a little bit more of the fruitiness in there, whereas this is just crisper and closer to like the vegetableness of rhubarb as opposed to the fruitiness. You've kind of got a continuum here if you want to look at it that way. The Eau de Rhubarbe Ecarlate is the most natural, most straightforward rhubarb, cleanest, most crisp, kind of refreshing one out of these three. Then you've got the L'Impératrice, which is fruitier, sweeter, but it's still zesty and juicy. It's sometimes more floral. And then on the end here, you have Bella, which is for sure the sweetest. It does have a tart, sour edge. It is the most synthetic, if you want to say it that way, and the least refreshing. So if you wanted to think about, like, on a really hot day, the Hermes one would be sort of like a cold pressed juice that maybe uses something like carrots for the sweetness. And then this one would be, you know, your rhubarb cream soda. So this could also still be refreshing on a hot day, but not as quenching as this one. And maybe it might make you feel like you need to brush your teeth afterwards. So just a little different thing. I think if you don't like L'Impératrice, you will not like Bella, unless the reason that you don't like L'Impératrice is because you think it's not sweet enough. In that case, Bella might be exactly what you're looking for. There is actually another flanker. So many flankers of these Nina perfumes. There's another one called Les Sorbets de Bella, which comes in an opaque green bottle. I think it might be a limited edition. And that one actually sounded like it might be more what I was looking for. That has rhubarb, grapefruit, pomegranate, green mandarin again, and then in the mid it has shiso leaf, violet, and rose, and the base is woody notes. So on that one there is no vanilla, which sounds like it would be less candy-ish, crisper, maybe more natural, still a Nina Ricci, so yeah. People also compare that one to an older Nina Ricci perfume called Liberty Fizz, which has a tomato leaf note that sounds really great to me and sounds kind of generally greener and less sweet than these. But I could not find a sample or a decently priced bottle for the Les Sorbets version and went with this one instead. I'll keep an eye out to see if I can find that one for a decent price and maybe give that a try. Overall, I came in with not super high expectations for Bella, and I think I'm not disappointed. This is definitely, it's a like. It's for sure not a love, at least not right now. I think it is an interesting, sweet, fruity perfume. It's not too typical. I don't think it's boring. It probably skews a little bit juvenile for most people, and it's certainly not a serious perfume. Definitely more casual, more playful, sour candy. It's fun, it's sweet, it's sugary, and you know, it's a little bit different with that rhubarb note. For a blind buy at around $30-ish, I'm not disappointed, and I will keep wearing this, see if my impressions change. And the bottle, of course, is a plus for me. Anyway, this was my first impressions review of Bella by Nina Ricci. I hope you found it helpful, and maybe I will see you again sometime. So thank you for watching.